Microphone check, microphone check. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Ray's math class. I'm your teacher. You can call me Ray. Today I'm bringing a question from last year's Northern Hemisphere test. Besides the normal VCE exam holding at the end of the year, normally it would be around throughout the whole November. In Northern Hemisphere, they would hold their own exams during the end of the May to the early of June. To be honest, most of the papers from comparing the Northern Hemisphere and our side, they would be more challengeable. So if for students are able to do it, I'm really strongly recommended you can attempt it when you finish all the book content and preparing about the trial exams. All right, let's back to the exam questions. So this one is also the recursion and the financial modeling. I believe in the following and incoming set, your teacher would strongly put this kind of question into your exams. To be fully prepared, you should grab your CAS next to you with me. All right, first, let's go through the informations. Barb has recently become the owner of a gymnasium. At this gymnasium, membership fees are paid monthly. Let BN be the total value of the membership fee in dollars, received by Barb N months after she took ownership of the gymnasium. The recurrence relation that models the value of the membership fee paid monthly. So when we do it, you better highlight these kind of important words. All right. Now, the recursion relation given to us is B0 is $4,000. Bn plus 1 is equal to the R times Bn. Now we know that B0 representing the principal, the initial value, and the Bn plus 1 equal to the R times Bn means it is R multiple every single time. The total value of the membership fee received after 1 month is B1 equal to 5,800. Show that R is equal to 1.45. You can easily calculate with your CAS, definitely. But for the show that question, VCA has strongly rules for it. So you should give the steps, even though all these 3 questions are 1 mark. But for the first one, you need steps. So you having 5,800 equal to the R times the B0, which is 4,000. Easily, you can have your R is equal to 5,800 divided by 4,000, and that is equal to 1.45. Done. Showing the recursive calculations, determine the value of B3, which is the total value of the membership fee received after 3 months. Now, to work it out this one, please grab out your calculator. And then you already know what is the B1, then B2 would be the 5,800 times 1.5. And then you would work it out. The answer is 8,410. And then your B3 would be the 8,410 times 1.45, which is 12,194.50. This is your answer. C, after how many months will the total value of membership fee received first exceed 50,000? So these questions, you can operate it on your CAS. Click the answer. So every time you're gonna input number with you just output, and then multiply the 1.45, you're gonna repeat it doing it. Once you click it, you're gonna have B4, and then B5, and then B6, and then you can see your B6 is about 37,176.45 something. And the next one, you're gonna exceed the 50,000, and you would know that, okay, B6, not more than, B7 exceeded. So the answer is 7. You can easily just write just 7 or B7. That's it. All right, question 6. Now, Barb drives a company car that she bought for $50,000. She depreciates the value of the car by $0.20 for each kilometers that she travels in it. On the graph below, plot 4, right? We just need the 4 point. So I believe a lot of students, a lot of friends selected the further math, the mathematical methods and specialist math at the same time, but please sketch the graph, follow the requirement, not segment this one, just the dot. All right, so we would sketching the respective the points at 20,000 kilometers, 40, 60,000, and 80,000. And grab out your calculator. Every time we're going to depreciate 20,000 times the 0.2, and you would have $4,000. All right, so every time you draw $4,000, initially that is 50. So the first one you draw would be the 46,000. And then the next one you're going to draw is 42,000. And then would be the 38,000. And then 36,000. Just these 4 dots, okay? Just these 4 dots. Complete the rule below that gives the value of the car CN in dollars. After N kilometers have been traveled, write your answers in the box provided. Now, easily, it's obviously a linear relation. So we should write into the 50,000. And then we actually depreciating. So the coefficient in front of N has to be negative. Do not forget your negative sign. Negative 0.20. So depending how many kilometers it drove, we can draw how much money the car depreciates. Barb travels 20,000 kilometers in the car each year. The value of the car can also be considered to be depreciating at a flat rate. What is the annual flat rate percentage would be used? Now, we would already know that every year how much it dropped, $4,000, and it is a flat rate. So your $4,000 over the car initial value, $50,000, that is the annual ratio, all right, annual fraction you're going to drop. And the question is looking for the percentage. So you have to multiply the 100% to have it. And finally, you would have your answer is 8%. So number 8 is not enough. 0.08 is incorrect. 8% is the answer you have to give. All right, question 7. Barb took out a reducing balance. Look, once you see this kind of term, the reducing balance, please use the function, the financial solver in your case. Do not simply consider, okay, I can separately or parallel do the calculations. No, use the financial solver, please. The loan initially is $800,000. For the renovation of the gymnasium, interest is calculated quarterly and the Barb makes quarterly repayment. So we're doing quarterly. How many times? 4 a year. 4 lines of the amortization table for Barb's loan are shown below. First one, we need to show that the annual interest rate, all right, is 3.34. So we should only look at the first payment time. That's it. The interest is $6,680. How is the interest? The first interest comes from? That is the initial value, the principal. Multiply the interest rate, and then we can have the interest, right? So we can do the interest divided by the original principal, which is 800,000. Multiply the 100%, and that is just the quarterly rate, all right? Because we compound every quarterly. So how we can get the annual rate? We need to multiply 4. All right, do not forget about it. And finally, you can find out the answer is 3.34%. How many years will it take Barb to fully repay the loan? All right, grab out your cash, open the financial solver, all right? And then you have to type in the information in the financial solver. First, the N is we're looking for, so we cannot put anything into it. The I, which is the interest at the annual rate, it already tells you that is percent. So we just type in 3.34. All right, 3.34. And then for the principal value, that is $800,000. And for the payment, we are making the loan and repay it. So the payment here is negative, right? It's negative 12148.80. Do not forget about it. All right, typing everything. Please follow me. Negative 12148.80. And then for the future value, all right, what is the target when we borrow the money and we return it? Finally, we have to reach to the zero, right? We not owe any cent to the bank, and the bank not owing us anymore. Zero. And always for the PPY and CPY is how many times we compound a year. So here, PPY and CPY, both of them should be 4 because we compound 4 times a year, right? 4 times a year. And then just put your input bar in your N, all right? And then click the enter. You're gonna have the N is show like a 95.957, blah, blah, blah. That means if you pay 95 times, you still owe some money to the bank, but that is not enough to make a full payment like $12,000. So you don't, for the final repayment, you don't have to pay the full amount, right? You don't have to pay the full amount. That makes how many times in total? 96. But it is 96 period, 96 payments we paid. Every year we paid 4 times. So 96 divided by 4, that is 24. All right. So it would be 24 years. Let Vn be the balance of the loan after n quarters. Write a recurrence relation in terms of V0, Vn plus 1, and the Vn that can model the balance. All right. So first, initially, the V0 is equal to the $800,000. Easy. But for the Vn plus 1, how we can describe with the Vn? Look, in here, for the successive or consecutive terms, the payment we do it is every quarterly. So it would be the it would be actually just the 66680 divided by 800,000. And you have to convert into the decimals. And that is the number 1 plus it. And finally, you're going to find 1.00835 VN. And you are repayment. You get less than less. So you minus 12148.80. This is the fully recurrence relations. That's why it comes to 2 marks. Please. For the recurrence relationship, we always use the decimals, not percentage. All right, let's jump to the last part, which is the most challenging one. So for this one, Barb invested $225,000 in an annuity, from which she received a regular monthly payment. For this annuity investment, interest compounds monthly. The recurrence relation that models the value of the annuity investment AN in dollars after n months is demonstrated as the below. So after 10 years, all right, receive the regular payment from the annuity. Barb lowered the monthly repayment figure to $12,000. So in the first 10 years, she received $1,500 every month. And after 10 years, she changed her mind. She received less to make sure she can extend the length of the annuity. the final monthly payment of the barber received was less than $12,000. It is very makes sense because no one can guarantee that just to reach to the final repayment, we still can get exactly $1,200. So if the money is not enough, we just having as much the annuity owed to us. Determine how much money barber received the final monthly payment. Look, this question you have to separate as two parts. So the first one is we paid 10 years. All right, how many times we received in 10 years? N is equal to 120. All right, 120. And what is the annual rate? The I here, we need the percentage. So the annual rate would be the 0.0045. That is every month we improve the increasing part, right? We need to multiply 12. We have the yearly rate and we need the percentage. So we need to multiply 100. 0.0045 times 12 times 100. If you forgot to put the 100, you would not having the correct answer because in here again, it already giving you the hint that is percentage number. All right, what is the PV here? You actually gave the money to the annuity and you receive the money. All right, you make the payment, it's negative. But once you receive the payment, that is positive. That makes your PV should be negative numbers. All right, negative 225000. And then what is the future value? We actually looking for the final ones, right? So we just leave it blank. All right, for the PPY and the CPY, how many times compound a year? 12. All right, 12. Now, just to put our light bar in the FV and then click the enter, we can see that in the FV, we would have, let me use another color, 147657.64766-ish, all right? What you need to do is press your Control and C to copy this number because in the next part, after the whole year, all right, this is your new, the principal value. How much money left in the annuity, all right? And then we are looking for the N, all right? First, we are looking for the N because we have no idea how long this annuity can extend to. So looking for the N is the first step. What is the interest rate? No information is called we change interest rate. In the past one, we find out that it's 5.4. The payment we lower to 1,200. Final value reach to the 0. PPY, CPY, they are 12. So type in these things. Just to correct, just change or redo your numbers in your financial solver. And then put your light bar in the N and press the enter. You're gonna have like a $179 point something. 179 point something. But you know that we would have the annuity would be clear at the 180 payment and the final payment is not enough. So now you should change and make your N is equal to 180. I is equal to 5.4. The PV is still the same thing. The payment is still the same thing. And the final value, all right, that is the things you're looking for. PPY, CPY is equal to 12. Now, after you redo your numbers and then make your future value, you can work it out. That is negative, right? Negative $369. It's $368.999. So you can round to $369. And the negative number, look, positive in this one, all right? Positive means you receive money from the annuity, from the bank. Then the negative value means you have to, like, you don't have enough, all right? You have to return this much to the bank. So the final payment is, normally it would be $1,200 minus 369, and you will have the correct answer is $831. That is your final answer. Although the question looks like no steps you can provide because you do every single thing in the financial solver, however, it's actually 3 different calculations. Every single one you have to make sure that is clear, otherwise you cannot have the correct answer. Thanks for everyone to join and view my videos today. Like what I recommended at the beginning of the videos, when you finish all the content, if you are able to do some extra try exam from the Northern Hemisphere, it's very helpful because it provides you another aspect to prepare the final exams. If you'd like to join us the class, you can search us and contact our admin from the WeChat, the Little Red Book, Facebook, YouTube channel, and such on. Thanks everyone, and looking for the next time we enjoy the questions together.